Week 2 of the New York Jets OTA practices are officially underway. And with that being said, we have some more news, notes, highlights, and observations from yet another day of practice. And we have some breaking news on a brand new playmaker that they've added to their team just today. And he's already on the practice field making some big time contributions. Now, we're going to break it all down in this video, everything you guys need to know. Now, before we jump into the video, I need you guys to do me a favor and actually comment down below a player or, maybe two players that you think have the ability to break out this season for the Jets. It could be a rookie, it could be a veteran who maybe hasn't broken out yet but could still, or maybe someone they just signed in free agency. Let me know in the comments down below if I had to pick a guy who I think could absolutely go crazy this year for the New York Jets. I'm gonna pick a guy like Xavier Gibson. Now, the reason I say Xavier Gibson is just because of his mentality, his work ethic as a UDFA, but also the connection, the rapport that he's built with Aaron Rodgers ever since last preseason, right? But mainly because the ability, the explosiveness, once he has the football in his hands, I think he's someone who can really be a big time contributor. Maybe not a day one start at the wide receiver position, but someone who can be plugged and played, or someone who can come in as a depth piece and make big time plays. So I do like Xavier Gibson. Let me know in the comments down below who you think could break out this year for the New York Jets. Now, today's practice was, very interesting. It was just shorts. There was no pads, obviously, still not into that type of atmosphere yet. But things were looking really good until some guys started to, get some injuries. Now, first of all, Aaron Rodgers, you're going to see in the video at some point getting, some ankle work. He's fine, just precautionary, just, getting some work there and trying to loosen up a little bit before, the team period, right? We also had a little bit of an injury here for Malachi Corley. Looked like he's okay, but did walk off the practice field with the trainer. Didn't really know if it was injury, but seemed like an injury because he came back to practice with no helmet on. So that was definitely, something to take note of. Obviously, Malachi Corley's a guy who Aaron Rodgers and the Jets really like. They think he is going to be a day one, asset for them, and maybe even potentially the starting wide receiver alongside the Mike Williams and the Garrett Wilsons. That was interesting. Hopefully he's okay. If you guys hear any more about it, it's still very early. Practice is, just ending. So if you guys get that update, let me know in the comments down below. Breece Hall was out there as well for a little bit, but I don't think he actually practiced. Quinton Williams was not out on the field, or actually was out on the field today, so that was good. They are optional practices, so guys could be there. They don't have to practice. They could practice if they wanted to. It's all just optional. Now, mandatory minicamp is in a couple of days, so that's when we'll start getting to hear a little bit more about the guys who are breaking out and looking really good in practice. Now, it's not going to be the longest video in the world today, so before we get any further and finish it out, make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Jets throughout the entirety of OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season, everything you need to know. We got you guys covered. And at the end of this video, we're actually going to be showing you a couple of clips here from Robert Saleh and what he had to say pre-practice and what to expect going forward. Another guy who looks really good today, and this one won't surprise you guys at all. Garrett Wilson made an unbelievable diving catch over the middle of the field. The man makes the hardest plays look so easy, right? I mean, dude, Garrett Wilson, you can tell right away. Now he's getting another opportunity, another year to kind of, build that rapport with Aaron Rodgers, and it's paying off right away, man. So big shout out to Garrett Wilson. And then let's talk a little bit about the new signee, right? We talked a little bit in the beginning about them bringing in the guy who has, explosive playmaking ability. Tarik Cohen, the former Chicago Bears, on his way to the New York Jets, and not only is he on his way, but he's already there. He's already practicing with the team, and made an unbelievable play today. You got a toss from Tyrod Taylor, got around the corner for what would have been a big gain if there was pads and contact and tackling, right? Looked like he could have had a massive pickup. This is a guy who can do multiple different things, right? You look at him right away as a return man with the new kickoff rules, a guy who is small, shifty, elusive, and explosive all in one, but can make big plays or turn nothing into something pretty much anytime he has the ball in his hands. And I think he's going to be able to do similar things here, for the New York Jets. You look at what they have right now at the running back position, specifically with Breece Hall, Israel, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis. You have 4 guys that I really, really like. By the way, Braylon Allen looks like a dog as well, man. He's always showing out. Braylon Allen, he's one of those guys who's very, very young and has a lot of time to progress, and I think he's going to have a bright future here in New York. But getting back to Tarik Cohen, a guy who they're just going to want to throw the football, right? Quick screens, get him in the flat route, get him on Texas routes, get him on angles, right? Just keep him near the quarterback, so if you dump it down, the man could be a threat to score on every single play. And Tarik Cohen is a guy who, he's not going to be a day one starter, but a guy who just is so excited to get back into the game of football after dealing with a couple of injuries. I'm honestly excited to see what he can do going forward. I do want to apologize. Don't have too much practice footage here, but listen, we're gonna keep you guys updated, even though we don't have so much practice footage. But Rodgers had a really good pass to Kenny Yeboah. What probably would have been a 60-yard touchdown, 1v1 against a, I don't know if it was a safety or a linebacker, but the people over there in New York said it was absolutely amazing. He laid out for it, But hey, you know what? It seems like this team over here is starting to really connect. Love to see that. I believe Yeboah got a couple of really big time catches. Alan Lazard, I believe, dropped a pass near the sideline. Let's see, I'm trying to read some more. Okay, so we also said the Yeboah catch was over Chuck Clark, the new safety over here. He had good coverage, but it was just a really good throw by Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was 3 of 4 in the team periods. His one incompletion was a bad drop by, Alan Lazard. So yeah, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we post one of these videos. We will be covering the entirety of the Jets offseason. And here's a little bit of a word from Robert Saleh before practice, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Peace.
Tarik, explosive playmaker, is starting to get back healthy. With the new kickoff rules and these kick returners, they're gonna touch the ball over 100 times a year, which is significant. And at least that's what we're anticipating. And a guy like him, he's still young, obviously coming off his injuries, but we're excited to have him aboard.
This is pre-you, but I remember Brant talking very highly of him several years ago. What was his reaction when you guys got this?
He's pumped up about it. I've heard all the stories, but I think we share it. From a defensive standpoint, having the game plan against him when he was with the Bears, he was a nightmare. I know when we played them, he had a punt return for a touchdown back at Soldier Field. So he's a playmaker.